This video is covering the 5 hats that keep you stuck at the same revenue level. If your revenue hasn't moved much in the past year, it may not be the market conditions or even your competition. It may be the hats that you refuse to take off your head. This video is for small business owners with teams and for solopreneurs. Hi there, Jim McIntyre, BlueprintForSelling.com. What are the 5 growth limiting hats that you may already be wearing? Chief problem solver, solving all the problems. Chief discount officer, handling all the discounts. Chief approval officer, the final say in everything. Chief rescuer from all the problems your businesses face. Chief overthinker of everything going on. Does that kind of sound familiar to you? I know I've worn all those hats the years that I've had my wholesale business. Each one feels responsible that you need to wear those. But each one limits your scale and also limits your growth. I experienced that in my business, limiting my growth. Why this happens? You care deeply about your clients, you care about your vendors, you care about the people that you work with. You want things done right every time, the first time. You don't want customers disappointed and unhappy. And you fear losing control of your business. That's understandable. I've worn those shoes. But control and growth rarely coexist at scale, growing your business. Here's some helpful adjustments. I've used these in my own business and it restricted my growth until I opened my mind to making changes. Instead of rescuing, train. I used to handle all the complaints. I finally trained my warehouse manager, who also was in sales. They handle the complaints unless they were stuff that I caused. And that made a huge difference. We trained to resolve those complaints and they became very good at it. And it saved me a lot of time. Instead of discounting, strengthen value messaging. What you bring for the table for your client. Why it costs that much. And what you give them that maybe your competitors don't. Share that with those clients. Instead of overthinking, making decisions with 70% of certainty. You're never going to have 100% certainty in everything. Progress beats perfection. Go for 70%. That'll work for you. Here's a mindset shift for you. You can't grow while protecting every little detail in your business. Growth requires leadership courage. And that's a shift, not a flaw. It's a shift. Helped me tremendously in my business when I had to realize there's going to be mistakes made by the people that worked with me, especially when I gave them decision-making opportunities in my business. But we would discuss those mistakes after that, and I'd let them come up with the answer because we had covered all these things before in our training and what they've written up with their notes and stuff. But give them a chance to be part of that. That'll take that responsibility away from you, but also reduce the stress you're dealing with. Here's a call to action for yourself for today. Which hat is limiting your growth? What would happen if you loosen your grip only slightly on everything you're controlling? And what kind of business do you want to have a year from now? And what is that going to look like for you? If you'd like help navigating that shift, reach out to your mentors, people you're friendly in business, willing to work with you, or some of your team that you trust. You can talk to them. And if you don't have those people, I offer a free 30-minute clarity session. What we'll cover is your growth ceiling, what's stopping, your leadership shift, way you can do it the way I did it. My business was very successful for me to help me have time for vacations, but also I was happier. I knew things were run the way I wanted. And also your next clear step to take. You don't need to carry all 5 hats alone. Let's simplify and strengthen your path forward to growth. If this interests you, reach out, free 30-minute visit. I'm not going to be pushy with your membership, not going to sell you anything. We're just going to have a visit so that you can grow and wear fewer hats. And the biggest thing to remember is to believe in yourself.